Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah. Today looking at a statement that's made in the Shulchan Aruch about what we do over Chanukah. And this is what he tells us in the following selection in Tafresh Ayin. There's those who say there's actually a mitzvah when you have meals, festive meals on Hanukkah, and if you sing festive songs to Hashem, that would help turn it into a sudas mitzvah, a mitzvah celebration meal. Yesh omrim, he says, there are those who tell us sheyesh le'achol gvina b'Chanukah, that there should be a custom to eat cheese on Hanukkah. Cheese. We think about oil, right? Oily things. That custom we know of. That's an early custom to eat things that are fried in oil in all different manner. But here we have a new thing. Why? Lefi shehanes naseh b'chalav, because there was a miracle that transpired with cheese. What's that? She'achila Yehudit et ha'oyev. Yehudit fed it to the enemy general. And he's referring to the book of Judith, which is an apocryphal book, but it shifts. It shifts significantly because the apocryphal book, it seems to be placed in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, which is far before Hanukkah. And dealing somehow with Nebuchadnezzar's general, even though so many things are apparently wrong in the book of Judith in terms of pinning people down. But apparently there were variations on this tradition, and one of them had it that Yehudit was the son of the Kohen, daughter of the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, and she indeed she was a woman who was of interest to the enemy. She used the opportunity to lure him in, to give him much wine and much cheese, and he fell asleep, and she decapitated him, and a great miracle happened. That is the tradition. I don't know if maybe you know of people who have a custom to eat cheese on Hanukkah. We try to stay milchiks on Hanukkah in our home so we can have more milk Dunkin' Donuts. But otherwise, a custom to eat cheese is not something that at least we carry. But the Ramah seems to tells us it is a many hundreds of years old custom to do so, to remind us of this miracle of Yehudit. The Gemara also talks about, now shifting for a moment, to the fact that women also are obligated in Neirot Chanukah and Chanukah lights. And the Gemara says, Sha'af hein hayu ba'oto hanes. They too were part of that miracle. And Rashi says, right, we're talking about the story of the legend of Yehudit. So it goes back further than just the Ramaz reference to earlier medieval scholars who already associated the story of Yehudit with Chanukah. And so it is that there are not just a Yehuda who is of note, but a Yehudit of note as well, help save the day in days of yore. May we continue to laud those who stand up for what is right and help protect one another and celebrate their victories that come with God's help. Have a happy Hanukkah day ahead.